From the boardroom to the front lines, from the unsung to the unforgettable, all month long, we're celebrating the stories, the voices, and the conversations that remind us that women, Black women, have always led the way. Don't miss a moment. This is our moment. This is our story. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580, Los Angeles' home for the conversations that matter.
I'm your girl, you're my girl, we're your girls. Won't you know that we love you?
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
You take care of a kid that's not yours.
My stepson, sure.
I just want to compliment you. I think that's like I think it's a courageous thing. It's the right thing to do, and it's an incredibly mature thing.
For me, I look at him, my stepson, as an extension of my daughters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's who he is, and he's my child. Fuck with me after you're 18, though.
Just two grown men.
No, I love my kids like they're my own. My stepmother told me, listen, you're about to be a stepdad. It's the most thankless job in the world. You have to give the same love and energy and the same support as a parent, but you will most likely, for a very long time, not get any appreciation or respect for it, and you have to override nature because you are not bonded to this child by nature, and almost every other animal will kill that baby.
What? Almost every other animal will kill the baby. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Tonight's topic. The voice of reason back in the building. Listen, this is a topic that has been trending. And it's a problem. It's been trending. And, folk are always having this discussion, and sometimes it gets heated. So I'm interested to know what your thoughts are. Tonight's topic, Joseph. It's simply Joseph. Now, Sister Jill asked me, she said, Zoe, what's tonight's topic? I said, Joseph. She said, what? What is that? But when I said it in the cigar lounge, every guy in there was like, oh, you talking about Jesus' stepdaddy. They knew, right? So tonight's topic, Joseph. Are you willing to be Joseph to her Jesus or Mary. A closer examination of the fractured, paradoxical, psychologically volatile status of the stepdad. I myself believe that a stepdad is crucial. You know, especially a good one. Not all stepdads are good, just like not all biological fathers are good and healthy for the child. But, man, listen, I had a foster father. My father was exceedingly in and out. To be honest, I haven't seen my father since 1978. I was 7. So, my foster father had a tremendously important and impactful effect on me. My foster father, James Bynum, one of them old school black men, tall, strong, brother, just, hey. And when I was a kid, in the 70s, my foster father was an upholsterer, worked with his hands, remade people's furniture, and did a really, made a great living for himself, owned his own home, took care of his wife. His wife, he was a very strong brother. And I learned a great deal from him. James Bynum. Shout out to James. The irony is my biological father's name was James as well. And I could do a whole show on my biological father. And maybe I should. There are a lot of issues in me that came from him. Oh, Lord. Tonight's topic is so heavy, though. Joseph. Are you willing to be Joseph to her, Jesus, or Mary? Interesting stuff tonight. Modern blended families often get framed as proof that love can transcend biology. Yet, the nervous system, evolutionary history, and social structure rarely update as fast as romantic ideals. When a man steps into the role of stepfather, he may not enter an empty space. He may be entering a pre-existing attachment system where bonds, loyalties, and emotional hierarchies formed before he even got there. Attachment research shows that early caregiver imprints organize trust, authority, and belonging at the neurological level, which means the stepfather may invest heavily while the child's brain still orients towards the biological father, even if that father remains absent. This gap between effort and instinct can create chronic role ambiguity. Oh, chronic role ambiguity? What's my role in this family? A known clinical stressor in blended families. Now, anthropologically speaking, fatherhood is historically linked to lineage, inheritance, and tribal continuity. So modern expectations that men should assume parental responsibility in a package deal relationship scenario without biological connection requires conscious override of patterns shaped across thousands of years of survival pressure. The stepfather often carries provider and stabilizer duties. Yet, symbolic authority may remain tied to origin, producing a structural imbalance between responsibility and recognition. This position can demand suppression of ego needs for status, legacy, and certainty, which may develop into maturity when chosen consciously, or resentment when entered without awareness. Now, in the streets, let's just talk. People are calling the stepfather a simp. Is this true? 1-800-920-1580. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Metaphysically and spiritually, the the Joseph archetype represents stewardship without ownership. I believe you can be a good steward. What is a mentor but a stepfather? How about that? Was my uncle a stepfather when my foster father passed, when my biological father left, and my uncle stepped in as the father figure, the example? Was my uncle simping? Well, because we were related, I guess he wasn't simping, right? What are the rules? I want to know. 1-800-920-1580. Metaphysically and spiritually speaking, the Joseph archetype represents stewardship without ownership. Protection of what one did not create. A role often praised as noble, yet rarely examined for its psychological cost. The real question, therefore, is not whether a man can love a child that is not his, but whether he understands that doing so potentially places him inside a system where biology, attachment, culture, and identity do not automatically reorganize around his sacrifice. I don't think you should sacrifice to be thanked. You should sacrifice in a stepfather situation, A, because you can, B, because you're a good person. The child will benefit from your presence. You're doing it because this is who you are, not because of what you want from it. Do you understand? Don't become a stepfather if you see the kid got big feet and he's tall and you say, hey, this might be the next Shaq. Let me start going to his games and practice. Don't do that because you're there for disingenuous reasons. Are you willing to be Joseph to her Jesus or Mary? Very interesting. 1-800-920-1580. There are roles in modern relationships that sound honorable until you actually stand inside of them. Roles that get praised in public, applauded in conversation, romanticized in movies, and yet privately leave a man feeling like he entered a house where the furniture already decided where he could sit. Ooh, the stepfather, some stepfathers live in that space. Not because anyone plans it that way, but because history does not reset itself just because two adults fall in love. How do you create a blended family? How do we sit down and have real conversations around mama's new man and his authority or lack thereof in this house? 1-800-920-1580. When a man steps into a family that already contains a child, he does not simply become a partner. Right? You're not partner yet, buddy. He enters a system that has memory, imprint, and emotional gravity already assigned. The child already learned what father means before this new man ever spoke his first sentence in the room. The mother already formed the deepest biological bond she will ever experience. Right? The biological father. Whether present, absent, admired, hated, or half forgotten, already left a psychological signature that does not disappear because a better man arrives later. I want to know, brothers who are stepfathers. I want to know why'd you do it? Right? And is the child better because you did it? Talk to me about it. Modern love tells the man that effort should equal belonging. Oh, that's terrible. But anthropology says lineage still matters. Neuroscience says early attachment still organizes the brain. Psychology says authority follows imprint more than intention. Culture says step up and be a man. The nervous system quietly asks, step up to what exactly? This is why the stepfather role often feels noble and unstable at the same time. When was the last time you seen a Joseph statue? We got Mary statues, we got Jesus statues. I was talking to a Catholic brother today. He said there's a Joseph statue in the Catholic Church. I don't know. Mama is a saint. We know Mama is a saint. Mary is a saint. We know that. But has Joseph been somewhat forgotten? Was he not Jesus, his, paternal steward during this time? I'm interested to know. 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason keeps the hottest topics coming. This is why the stepfather role often feels noble and unstable at the same time. He may provide more, stay longer, sacrifice more, regulate more, and still feel like the structure itself never fully recognized him. Here we go. When we come forward, the voice of reason will continue to flames.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Nox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Nox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
To find out how to get Nox 47 for free, call now. 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453. Free bottles for limited time. Call 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. At the heart of the Al Wooten Center's mission for good citizenship and academic excellence is a desire to ensure that every student avoids the kind of lifestyle and overcomes the kinds of challenges that led to the murder of Al Wooten Jr. In 1990, founder Myrtle Faye Rumpf opened the center in honor of her son's life. In 2026, they are serving more than 300 students in grades 3 through 12 annually online and on site at their youth center and other sites in the South LA area. The Al Wooten Jr. Youth Center takes a neighborhood approach to the revitalization and empowerment of a community in crisis. The Wooten Center provides free after-school and summer programs to help students in grades 3 through 12 attain grade-level proficiency and promotion, high school graduation, and college and career access and success. The Al Wooten Center focuses on academics, STEM, the arts, and so much more. Join them for an enriching experience that sparks creativity and nurtures young minds. Tap in at wootencenter.org. That's wootencenter.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey yo, be a father. If not, why bother, son? A boy can make them, but a man can raise one. If you did it, admit it, and stick with it. Don't say it ain't yours, cause all women are not whores. 90% represent a woman that is faithful. Ladies, can I hear it? When a girl gets pregnant, her man is gonna run around, dissing her for 9 months. When it's born, he wants to come around, talking that I'm sorry for what I did. And all of a sudden, he now wants to see his kid. She had to bear it by herself and take care of it by herself. And giving her some money for milk won't really help. Half of the fathers with sons and daughters don't even want to take them. But it's so easy for them to make them. It's true, if it weren't for you, then the child wouldn't exist. After a skis, there's responsibility, so don't resist. Be a father to your child. 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 You see, I hate when a brother makes a child and then denies it, thinking that money is the answer, so he buys it. A whole bunch of gifts and a lot of presents. It's not the presents, it's your presence in the essence.
When I walked in the room and I saw, you know, little Future, he's 9 months at the time or whatever, and he crawls in my lap, and it was like, you know, this is going to be my responsibility. God, I remember leaving that night, and God saying, God saying to me, raising this child, it's going to be your responsibility. Mm. And realizing, I pray that, God, are you sure this is what you want me to do? Say, son, this is for you.
The first night?
Yeah, the first night. Mm-hmm. It's going to be your responsibility. And
was that scary?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think scary just in the sense of, not scary, but it was more so an opportunity. Like, okay, God, this is what you want me to do. This is, you know, stepping in to raise, you know, a child with C and this and that, and realizing that, okay, God, like, I know she's the one for me, but also too, I'm gonna take this responsibility as well. Like, okay, like, and I was ready for that.
I'm interested to know, because I listen, that was Russell, right? Listen, everybody's hating on Russell. He got Sierra. He took Future's son with him. And he knew listen, I got to show up for this young kid. Not that he doesn't have a father, but if I'm going to be around him, I have to be of service and of benefit to the kid's spirit. I can't be here like, I'm just here for your fine mama and the kids we gonna make. He couldn't show up like that. So I'm interested to know, why are so many brothers talking hella reckless about Russell? He's a football player, legendary quarterback, won some Super Bowls up in Seattle. I don't understand why Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband, gets so much hate. Listen, brothers, be quiet on serious topics. Is Russell a simp? I've heard people call the man a simp. I don't think he's a simp. Oh, look who she was with before him. And he upgraded her. Are you jealous? Is envy a part of it? If a man agrees to raise another man's child, does that decision reflect spiritual maturity, or does it reveal that his nervous system has learned to accept reduced status as the price of belonging? I would say no. How is Russell Wilson's status reduced? Do you think Future's son respects Russell? Do you think Russell has authority in his... Listen, and I'm not saying authoritative. Like, I'm not saying, Russell is a taskmaster. I don't know. But do you think the kid respects his stepfather? Do you even think he looks at him as a stepfather? I'm sure he knows who his father is. I wonder what the hierarchy might be in the child's mind. Does the stepfather role demand a form of ego crucifixion, where the man must love fully while knowing the structure itself guarantees he will never occupy the symbolic throne of the real father? These are heavy questions. Are you ready to be Joseph to her Jesus or Mary? If she comes with a little girl or a little boy, are you ready to be a steward to that child? We always got something negative to say about other people winning when we still in debt. Oh, hold on. Spiritual debt, psychological debt, financial. We still hurting, but we judging other folk. Call that man a simp because he took on the role of stepfather. Listen, it's a lot of brothers is quiet tonight. Why? I'm interested to know. When a woman asks a man to help raise her child, does she invite partnership, or does she unconsciously recruit a stabilizing resource to repair a past relational failure she has not fully metabolized? Listen, when I come forward, the voice of reason is challenging you to step up, brothers and sisters.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. ICE agents are now deployed at several major airports, including LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark, to help TSA manage long lines during the shutdown.
ICE agents who have no training or specified skills to do the jobs of the TSA.
Democrats, including Black Senator Cory Booker, argue ICE agents are not trained for TSA duties. Maryland's Black Attorney General Anthony Brown has joined a coalition of 21 attorneys general suing the Trump administration over new conditions tied to USDA funding. The lawsuit argues the requirements linked to immigration and DEI policies are unrelated to the funding and could impact programs like SNAP, WIC, and school lunches. And a Jacksonville, Florida community is remembering civil rights victim Johnny Mae Chappell 62 years after her death. The black mother of 10 was shot and killed by a white man in 1964 while walking home. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
All the women who independent, throw your hands up at me.
This March, we're turning up the volume on the women who changed everything. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to celebrate Women's History Month, honoring the trailblazers, truth tellers, and game changers who shaped our world, our culture, and our community. From the freedom fighters to the firsts, from the boardroom to the front lines, from the unsung to the unforgettable. All month long, we're celebrating the stories, the voices, and the conversations that remind us that women, Black women, have always led the way. Don't miss a moment. This is our moment. This is our story. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580, Los Angeles' home for the conversations that matter.
I'm your girl, you're my girl, we your girls. Won't you know that we love you?
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
Small businesses are the heart of America. But you don't have to go it alone. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Get the connections, education, and guidance you need with SCORE. We're ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is dedicated to inspiring youth and resilience through storytelling, arts, filmmaking, and enrichment programs for youth and families in under-resourced communities and system-impacted individuals. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit providing free and low-cost arts programs to youth and families from under-resourced communities, both system-impacted youth and those affected by the incarceration of a loved one. 1 in 43 children in America have a parent incarcerated. 70% of those children are expected to end up in prison. Through filmmaking, animation, theater, and writing, they help young people express themselves, build confidence, and imagine new possibilities. Beyond the arts, they offer financial literacy workshops, emergency support, and scholarships. Because thriving takes more than talent, it takes access. To learn more about the impact of Michael Daughters Foundation and how you can be a part of the movement, please visit their website, michaelsdaughterfoundation.com. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Russell Wilson took young Future to Texas for a visit. Now, here's what I love about successful people. When you're successful, you're supposed to, you talk about it with your children, you talk about what your children do it with mine, you're supposed to give your children opportunities other kids may not have because they don't have the name recognition that you do. So I commented on the post and I was like, man, this is dope. And I wasn't even thinking this way, Chan and Fred. Like, I thought it was cool because I see it as, man, you putting your son in positions based off of what you've built. I think that's awesome. But then it started all of this like discourse under my message about like, he ain't the right type of stepdad. He's supposed to be facilitating the. So it started this whole big thing about stepdads and dads and all that. When you look at what Russell Wilson has done as a father for not only his own kids, but Sierra's child Future, who was obviously born before they were together, why do you think there should ever be anything negative said about that?
That's crazy. There's two sides to this story?
I didn't think so.
That's why it's like Bam's 83-point game. I didn't know there was two sides to man dropping 83. Right. There's two sides to Russell Wilson being a great stepfather for Future, who Future talks shit about this man. He doesn't care.
Let's hear it out. I keep saying everybody is upset with Russell Wilson stepping up. Listen, I understand it. I get it. A lot of people will say things like, yeah, the stuff he's doing for his stepson, he's doing the same thing, or what he does for his biological son, he's doing the same thing for his stepson. And I'm saying, well, you should. You should absolutely do the same thing for kids in the same environment. Why would you do some different stuff? If children are modeling their caregivers, and then the caregivers create a hierarchy in the family, you don't think that's going to adversely affect the children that are actually growing up in that environment? You don't think the child is going to be like, because you're not my daddy, I don't get to go to Magic Mountain. I might get to go to like a family picnic or something, but I don't get to go to Magic Mountain. Like, no, you don't do children like that. Right? If those two children are sharing the same father or sharing the same mama, right? It's just the other parent might be different. Those are siblings. We're the one who, society put step in it. Right? I know people don't want to hear it. Are the children of Israel, or do the children of Israel look at the extra tribes of Manasseh and Ephraim? Do they look at those as stepbrothers? No, they make up the 12 tribes of Israel, Manasseh and Ephraim. They don't say the step tribes of Israel. Was Joseph ever called Jesus a stepfather? Do you see the way they're talking? Oh, you know he doing the stuff for Future, son. The same stuff he doing for Future, son, he do for his own son. That doesn't make sense to me. Listen, brothers. If you meet a woman and you like her and you want to date her and you want to get to know her, and you get to know her and you find out she has a child and you still want to date her. Now listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say you want to have sex with her. I said you want to date her. You got to make a decision. It's a package deal off rip. That's what Andy came and asked. Andy said, well, you feel like I'm being, or not him personally, but it feels like some women try to force you into, listen, how is she going to force you into being a stepdaddy and she got a kid? And if she's already articulating to you, I don't want nobody playing around. I want somebody to come in my life, stabilize our situation, be a stabilizing factor. I don't need you to take care of everything. I just need you to help. And you go ahead with your single-minded objective, which is, you know, to take a dip in the waters of Minnetonka. Well, what do you think? She's going to be upset about that, right? By default, she's a package deal if she has children. By default. And can we be honest, men? Aren't there a lot of men out there that know what she wants and go after the draws, man? Anyway, you know what she wants. You know she likes you. You know she thinks you might be that guy for her situation. She can't think solely for herself, right? She has to think for her child. Who am I going to bring around my child? 1-800-920-1580. Are you willing to be Joseph to her Jesus or Mary? And I'm asking, brothers, do you have the testicular fortitude to walk away if she says, listen, I want a pillar in the family, not just a pillar in the bedroom? What if she says, I want a pillar for my family, not just a pillar for my bedroom? Do you have the testicular fortitude to walk away? I'm interested to know, brothers. Does the Joseph archetype represent the highest form of masculine sacrifice, or does it represent the earliest religious blueprint for training men to accept responsibility without ownership? I don't own these kids. These ain't my... You don't even own your own biological kids. When they get a certain age, they go on about their business anyway. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to the phone lines. Here it is.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Heading out of town this spring? Metro makes getting to LAX easier than ever. Just take the C or K train lines to the new LAX Metro Transit Center. Then catch a free shuttle straight to your terminal. Easy, affordable, stress-free. Travel smart. Go Metro.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. These are hard times for housing in America. Too many in our community face barriers to safe housing, behavioral health care, and affirming spaces for healing, particularly those impacted by poverty and stigma or incarceration. Rooted in South LA, Ahmad supports impacted communities through housing, wellness, and leadership development. Ahmad provides culturally responsive, peer-led support from transitional housing and mental health services to leadership development and youth empowerment. They offer safe, affirming houses for youth, transgender women, and formerly incarcerated individuals. Therapy and peer support with a focus on healing trauma in Black communities. HIV prevention and care, free testing, education, and wraparound services for whole person wellness. Standing in the gap with health, housing, and hope. Reach out to Ahmad Institute at 323-569-1610. That's 323-569-1610. Or visit amaad.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You really need some therapy.
You need no therapy?
No, you sound stupid as fuck.
Everybody's stupid.
Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out to Eckhart.
I come from a generation of home invasions, and I got daddy issues, that's on me. Everything them four walls that taught me, may habits buried deep. That man knew a lot, but not enough to keep me past them streets. My life is a plot, twisted from directions that I can't see. Daddy issues all across my head, told me go foul, I'm teary-eyed. Wanna throw my hands, I won't think out loud, a foolish pride. If I lose again, won't go in the house, I stayed outside. Laughing with my friends, they don't know my life. Daddy issues made me learn losses, I don't take those well. Mama said that boy is exhausted, he said go yourself. If he give up now, that's go cost him. Life's a you could be a step out the margin. I got up quick. I'm charging baskets and falling backwards, trying to keep balance. Oh, this the part where mental stability meets talent. Oh, this the part he breaks my humility just for practice. Tactics we learn together, sore losers forever. Daddy issues.
I have 40 plus years under my belt dealing with women who have already had children. And there's 3 dangerous realities in concern of those children that will exist 90+% of the time, unless you're in that child's life before the age of 7, which is a totally different subject. And those 3 realities are: number 1, they will never truly and genuinely love you. Number 2, they will never be loyal to you. And number 3, they will and can at any given moment betray you, and it won't even bother their conscience, because back to principles 1 and 2, they don't really love you and they're not loyal to you. So beware.
Who is that, Andy? Macadine University. Okay, stop speaking in absolutes. Gosh, not every situation turns out like that. Listen, and I'm fair on this. I got an uncle. Loved his woman. His woman, she passed away a couple of years ago. I got an uncle, man. Loved his woman. But her kids were basically grown. And, you know, that was their relationship. Moms get sick. The kids take over. Uncle and his woman have been living together for years. My uncle is a successful businessman, computer tech, UCLA grad. Like, come on. The kids turned on him. And it was bittersweet for him to have to leave his woman while she needed him. Bittersweet. But it don't always turn out like that. Her kids were relatively grown. Oh my God. My daughter is in the chat room clowning. I'm not gonna listen to you. She said because they went to a rival school. That's why they turned on it. That's horrible. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't always turn out like that. And oftentimes, the control and power part comes into play too. Sometimes men come into families where there's a situation where the woman, it's a package deal and she got kids, and they want power over the whole situation. They done watched Baby Boy a few too many times. You know, They want power over the situation. Oh, I need loyalty. Why do you need loyalty from another man's child? Why do you come in looking for loyalty? Or I need respect. Wait, hold on. Why do you, okay. Why do you need respect? Do you have self-respect? If someone respects you, if the woman you love, her kids don't respect you, fine. Do you have to interact with them? Especially if they're of a certain age. Now, if they're younger, couldn't you establish respect? Oh, do you have the skills to establish respect? Something like what Russell Wilson did. Did Russell establish respect with Baby Future? And if he did, does Baby Future respect his stepfather, Russell Wilson? And does Baby Future have sisters and brothers with his stepfather? Right? Yeah, that's a family. I'm telling you, man, a lot of broken men come in trying to control. Y'all mad at me. Y'all mad at me because I'm calling out the truth. Listen, if you want to go be a coach or a mentor, why couldn't you be a stepfather? I remember back in the days we had the Boys Club of America. We also had mentorship programs. Isn't a stepfather a mentor as well? Couldn't a stepfather step into the mentorship role as well? Oh, no, it's about the money. It's about the resources that I provide. You gonna thank me for that. Is that what you're doing it for? So, come on, man. Is fatherhood a mentorship loan that the kid has to pay you back with respect and loyalty? Yes, that's exactly what men are saying. If the stepfather must provide protection, resources, patience, and emotional labor without guaranteed loyalty, does the role resemble fatherhood or employment without job security? This is I haven't touched this conversation since I've been on the VOR. We had to touch it. Stepdaddies. You gonna respect me because nobody ever did. At least it's gonna be you because I pay for everything. How you get to school without me? Can't force people to heal your wounds. We got callers on the line. Cali Soul, Denver, Colorado. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Y'all need to play that song. I think it's by Robin Williams. Like, who's stepdaddy? Who's stepdaddy?
Who's your stepdaddy? Who's your stepdaddy?
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. Very interesting topic and much needed in the community because a lot of us out in the dating world will not date folks with kids. And it's because that authority thing steps in, the respect thing steps in, being able to input, where do you fit into the family and all of that. I experienced a lot of this in my previous relationship because my previous person had children. They were teenagers, 14 and 17. And it's usually all good as long as the fun and games is happening. The trip, the cooking, the making treats, the going to recitals, going to games and supporting in that way. But what I've seen, and I would have conversations with parent friends of mine, just to get a little bit of context and understanding, once you start to input your opinion into things and things that actually needed to be addressed, like, hey, instead of buying $500 Oculus, lenses or $1,000, $2,000 phones, why not have a savings account for them, especially at the ages they were? I was like, y'all, you need to teach them how to save instead of always throwing money up in the air. Like, it's cool to make sure that your children have what they need, but once it gets past needs, like, there's financial education that I seen that there was a gap there. And that was when I seen, like, once I started inputting my opinion about financial education, manners, engaging with adults in order to advocate for themselves in school and stuff like that. That was when it was like, yo, you crossing the line, you need to mind your business. I was like, wait a minute, where's my place? You're saying that there's a place here for me. I'm seeing where there are gaps that need to be filled. I'm not even approaching it in a bad way. I'm approaching it, just open, like, hey, you might want to look into this for them. You might want to look into that, and speaking directly to the children sometimes. And that was when I seen there was like a line drawn, and it was like, we don't need you to be the stepmom, which I thought was weird. Because I'm not just, here to be a chef, a sous chef.
So are you saying, wait a minute, are you saying there's a stepmom bias too?
That's why I was asking you, are you going to do this subject for the ladies too? Because I'm sad I don't hear the fellas calling in. Like, I would love to hear the fellas calling in on this. Because it's a serious business in the community, and most folk got kids, so we all need to know how to engage. What are the rules of engagement?
Callie, stay right there. Callie, don't go nowhere. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Denver, Colorado must get a round trip ticket when we come forward. More from the VOR.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. ICE agents are now deployed at several major airports, including LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark, to help TSA manage long lines during the shutdown.
ICE agents who have no training or specified skills to do the jobs of the TSA.
Democrats, including Black Senator Cory Booker, argue ICE agents are not trained for TSA duties. Maryland's Black Attorney General Anthony Brown has joined a coalition of 21 attorneys general